Okay, so I was looking through my resources and everything, and I don't know what's the better angle to be here, there. Lights in the way. So I'm watching a few resources, and I'm watching a few resources on kind of like people of color and narcissism and stuff like that. And I was watching this one video, and I'm not going to talk about that, but it led me onto this other YouTube channel called Ask Direct. I think that's the way he's kind of set his channel up. So anyway, I'm watching the video, and I want to respond to the video. So I'm going to kind of like, I don't do editing. I'm just going to watch it on the phone. You can call me lazy if you want, but I right now, these are kinds of things I'm working on. Get there one day, hopefully. So, I mean, I wanted to respond to him kind of point by point, but I've also got to make this video less than 10 minutes. So, here we go. In his video is 16 minutes.
Follow, likes, subscribes, guys, support.
I'm going to skip a little bit as well.
Right,
so number one, hope. He basically, the video is about letting go of hope, and I think that's a really powerful message. I've been trying to say that for years. Like, above the gates of hell, there is the message: abandon all hope, ye who enter here. The narcissist is not going to, in any way, give you anything that you want, and any time you believe that's going to be the fault. That's the falseness. They are very good at leading you up the garden path, and they're going to trick you, and they're very good at that game because that's their only game. Their only game is to get this kind of narcissistic supply. And he also talks about, switch off the light, which is ironic. As I was doing this video, the light bulb broke in my lamp, and I was completely in the dark, and I thought, oh, that's really telling, isn't it? Because, again, everything in a narcissist's arsenal is about trying to make them out to be perfect whilst also shitting on you. And he said, don't let them dim your light. And I think it's such a powerful message. I think he's such a great person as well. So handsome and such a nice voice and really, really, intelligent. You can see he's intelligent and stuff like that. And it's just really, really, I should be looking there. That's what the thing is, isn't it? Well, anyway, so I'm going to carry on watching the video, if my phone works.
Hope begets a certain expectation of something developing, whatever that ideal may be in your mind.
Well, I mean, again, it's this. I just basically, this is a kind of like a reaction. I'm kind of agreeing with a lot of, and nothing he said is wrong. But what he's trying to do is trying to help people like me who have been a victim of narcissistic abuse, who are trying to who are failing at life, basically, who keep on being led up the garden path, keep on ending up in the gutter, and wondering why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. Well, that's the reason why it's happening to you, is because you're a good person. Because they can get this narcissistic supply. They get the light of your energy. That's what they feed off of, their energy vampires, basically. And the thing about the narcissist, I think I made this point the other day with Doctor Who, yeah? I made it, I was going over the idea of this Doctor Who narcissist and smear campaign, and I didn't really make a very good point, but the idea is that, there's a good version of you. There's the you, and then there's the you that the narcissist wants people to see you as. The smear campaign, the negative effects. They want you to become the bad guy so that their bad deeds are then glossed over, and that they're not seen to be bad in any way. That's pure narcissism at its purest form. Again, I'm just going to keep on watching the video, really.
Becoming or transforming into something better or more acceptable in the eyes of the person who is emotionally tied to the narcissistic individual.
Friday the 13th.
The emotions
It's Friday the
are the
13th.
backing to the hope. Okay? So, emotion feeds hope.
So he's just basically saying cut all emotional ties. It's so hard though. And again, this video is going to be 10 minutes long, so I'm wrapping it up basically. He makes another point later on, and
Let me fake allegations.
God damn it. Fake police reports, fake allegations, all of it's designed to turn you into the bad guy, you know. Eventually, that's what you become in the eyes of the law. If you build up enough of a campaign against someone, eventually they become this thing. They stop being the thing that they are, and they start being the image of what the narcissist is trying to project on top of you. And it's one of these things that are, it's intangible, and that's why it's so difficult to fight, because it's psychological and emotional abuse. Cut the ties. It's so difficult to just cut ties with your narcissist. Emotionally, I mean, once they're in your head, they're in your head, you know, and you can't get it out of your mind because they're constantly on your mind. The last part of the video was time.
You're basically starting the process of completely ridding yourself of this narcissistic individual.
So the thing about narcissism is the narcissist is trying to rid themselves of all of their bad deeds, essentially, by picking a target, smearing them, and then removing them from the social circle so they can control the circle. Do you see what I mean? So you'll find that a lot of people who have been victims of narcissistic abuse, who go no contact, end up being very isolated. It's ironic. It's one of these ironies where you're the one that's trying to distance yourself from this emotional and spiritual and psychological abuse. You want the narcissist to disappear from your life, and then, you know, he uses the metaphor, you know, switch the light off on the narcissist. But the thing about it is actually, in its very core, you end up being the one alone. You end up being the one on your own. You end up being the one in the dark, and you end up, that's exactly where they want you to be. The smear campaign is now complete. You know, you've become the very thing that they wanted you to become. You stopped being who you are, and you started to become this thing that you never wanted to be, but you are now. And I didn't realise his arm moved. Look, it doesn't move much, but it does a little bit. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you to him. When I was in the midst of my psychological kind of abuse, I reached out to a few people on YouTube, and I even spoke to a few people, but unfortunately, you know, there's only so much some people can do, and I ended up having another kind of like, you know, I just can't, you know, explain it particularly. The best trick in a narcissist book is basically just turning around and going, you're the narcissist. Oh, that end, Cartman in South Park at the end, that's the classic, where he convinces himself that he's the victim, and that's a classic narcissistic move. So even if you are not a narcissist, the narcissist is going to just hug themselves and kind of go, I'm the victim, you know. Anyway, I wanted to say thank you to him and all the people out there who are putting these resources out, who are helping me learn about this kind of abuse that I've faced and overcoming it. And thank you to my subscribers and my likers and any commenters. And that's 10 minutes. So thank you very much. Okay, bye.